welcome to my journey. Today is weigh-in, but you know what I'm doing? I'm going to the thrift store because I got to go get my epidural. We'll talk about it in a minute. This afternoon, and I've told y'all a million times, I don't wait well. I'm just sitting in there being antsy. But let's talk about weigh-in first. So you know, I've gained the past 2 weeks over the holidays. Well, I really wasn't sure when I got on the scales this morning what it was going to do, but I was at 197 even. So I'm less than a pound away where I was before Christmas. So good, I'm good with that. That puts me back at 180.1 lost and a loss of 1.6 this week. So I'm happy with that. I will take it. But I think a lot of people gain on the holidays. I don't think it's that big of a deal. The holidays come once a year. Now you can add other holidays into it, but you know, the big ones, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, where you do all the eating. So, but I'm happy with that. So anyway, I go this afternoon to get my epidural. He told me, because I saw him this week, and she said, well, I can get you in Friday. I said, well, I'll take it. Because, gosh, when you're in pain, you just want to get rid of it. But he's gonna, he said, I'll go in the middle and flood both sides with steroids. That's what's got me nervous, because in the middle is where, it's gonna hurt. I've had lots of shots in my lower back. Had ablation, had all that. Nothing, I have hurt getting them more times than I have not hurt getting them. And so it just makes me nervous. And then I go back on the 21st for the ablation on my middle back. And I'm not going to go to Charlotte like last time where they'll give you the IV, give you the little, you know, meds, the ones that say that make you feel like you've had a couple glasses of wine, the ones that did not affect me whatsoever. Even though I didn't feel it, I'm thinking maybe it relaxed me, even though it didn't make my head feel funny. Maybe it relaxed my muscles. But the reason why this on the bottom hurts worse, well, besides everything being so inflamed and pinched up, he said you have to go deeper to get to it. So I'm gonna be a big fat baby today. I just know I am. And I do pain really well. I tolerate stuff really well. But sometimes things just hurt. You can't be Superwoman all the time. Listen, my knees didn't hurt me as bad as some of these shots in my, I'm not even joking. My knees didn't hurt me as bad as some of these shots in my lower back have hurt me. Terribly hurt me. But, so anyway, I'm sitting there, I'm antsy. I told David, I said, I got things to do. He said, but you're not gonna do them. I said, you're right. I said, I'm going to go to the thrift store. I'm just gonna try to stay busy, to quit being so antsy and worried about going for that. I'll get out here and do something to kind of occupy my mind, because just sitting at home thinking about it ain't doing me no good, and it ain't making me get up and do nothing I need to get up and do, which that's the theme of my life here lately, is not doing what I need to do. But listen, yesterday I had both the boys, because I told you Holly was going over to help RJ do some organizing and stuff, and so I had the baby and I had Jacob. Lord, Jacob was such a good little helper. He's a sweet thing. I didn't know how he would be jealousy-wise. Not the least little bit. Not even the least little bit. He would help me change his diaper. If I'd be holding him, patting him, he'd be over there patting him, talking about his cousin, and he loves his cousin. Okay, so, and he'd sit on me. Like, sometimes when Wesley was sleeping really good, I'd just let him sleep in his little thing, and me and Jacob would go play. And then he'd get up to eat. Like one time he got up to eat and he just really wasn't in the mood to go back to sleep. He just off and on. So I would hold him and Jacob would crawl up in the chair with me. And we'd be watching something on TV. And so I had Wesley that one time, and he was obviously loading his diaper up, right? You know how babies do, you know. And so Jacob looked over there and I said, well, he's trying to poop. Next thing you know, you could tell, right? I'm kidding you not. This little 4-year-old boy jumped off my lap, turned around, didn't miss a beat, and said, "You're gonna have to change that diaper there, bud. That stinks." That's exactly what he said to me. "There, bud." It stinks. So I go over there after I laugh a while. I go over there to change his diaper. Oh my gosh. And Jacob's sitting right there. He says, "I'm gonna watch you change his diaper." I said, "Okay." So we get him cleaned up, and I was trying to, I don't even know what made Jacob think I was going to hurt him, but I was trying to snap that little thing that goes across the top of a sleeper, and my fingers just, I couldn't get it. And Jacob goes, "Don't you hurt my cousin." I said, "I'm not going to hurt your cousin." Then he got on the thing of, "Well, if anybody tries to hit my cousin, we're going to call the police." I said, "Well, yes." I said, "I might hit him back myself." And he just looked at me. He said, "Well, we'll call the police." I said, "Yes, we'll call the police." I said, "If anybody hits you, we'll call the police." But he was worried about somebody hurting his cousin. Sweet gosh. They both so sweet. But I did find out why he won't spend the night. And it's exactly what I thought. Exactly 100%. Because he told his mommy, he said, "I'm not," she said something, he said, "I told you I'm not staying over here no more." And so after she left and everything, we were over there and he was sitting on my lap, and I said, "Why don't you want to spend the night over here no more? You used to." He said, "Remember that time I threw up?" I said, "Yes." He goes, he just looked at me. I said, is that why you scared you might throw up again?" He said, "Yes." So I respect that. You know, once bitten, twice shy. Look at me. I'm 63 years old, and, well, I've been more than once bitten with these shots, but I'm shy. So I can't blame the child. It left an imprint on him. So, and if he's sick, if he misses his mommy, if he watches a movie that makes him miss her, he needs to see her. And I know he needed his mommy when he was sick in the middle of the night. I was going to clean him up. He said, "Well, Mommy gives me a bath." So I give him a bath and everything. So I'm not pressing the issue. I said, "Well, maybe you'll want to again one day." So I figured when he gets older, maybe gets a little bit out of his system, a little bit more, he will. Because this was sometime last year. But we had a good time. The child about ate me out of house and home. As soon as he got there, he wanted his mac and cheese, so he had his mac and cheese. And then I made me 2 corn dogs, so I wasn't sure if I could eat 2 or not. But he ate half of one. I ate one, he ate half of the other. And then he wanted more mac and cheese, so he had more mac and cheese. And then we were sitting there watching something on TV. He said there was oh my gosh. Like Holly said, it's brain rot. I told her, I said, "That's the most mind-numbing thing I've ever watched." She said, "I call it brain rot." It's Animal HT. It's just about these monkeys, and they just have sound effects. Oh my gosh. What these kids like blows my mind. And anyway, they had a bottle of popcorn, and he looked at me, he goes, "Do you think we need some popcorn?" I said, "Well, we just might." So me and him sat there and eat almost a whole bag of popcorn between us. And then when we got up, about half that bag fell into the floor. So I had to come over there and vacuum that up. Well, he helped me. Dave was in the bed asleep, and I'm like, "Well, we gotta vacuum it up, or we're gonna crush it and walk it all over the place." So we got that up, and then later on, I buy him little Dixie cups, and he puts Fun Dip in it. He eats, you know, Fun Dip is, you lick the stick and you stick it down in the, when we were kids, it was called Lick-O-Maid. Remember that? Now it's called Fun Dip. He loves that stuff. But he just puts the powder, he puts the Fun Dip powder, 1 pixie stick in the cup, and he drinks it like that. He don't lick his stick, he just eats his stick like a piece of candy. Well, he was sitting there on my lap, and he was holding the cup of Fun Dip, and it accidentally spilled, and so it got all over the arm of the chair. And so I told him, I said, "Well, get up and I'll try to rake it into the cup." Well, when he did, it apparently was on his shirt too, and it went all down in the side of the chair and everywhere. So we had to get, I never did put the vacuum back up. We just drug it over there again and vacuumed again. So we had a couple little messes yesterday, but we had a good day. They said they got a lot done. So RJ said he felt good about that. So that was real good. it's nice to know that she went over there and helped him, and she told him, she said, now listen, when they brought the kids over in the morning, she said, I'll be as ruthless as you let me. I said, she will too. I said, she gets in them moods, and buddy, she will get rid of some stuff. So they did. They got rid of a lot, I think. So I've been filming my suppers this week to put up probably Sunday. I forgot to film last night because I was just tired, and I put stew beef in the crock pot, and then we just had, I was gonna make rice and beans. We had leftover broccoli and rice casserole, which I didn't like, but David did, and leftover pinto beans. So I'm like, why would I make more when I got some in the refrigerator? So they got the turning lane blocked, but because he's working right there, I can still turn. So I didn't even think to film it, because all I ate was a little bowl of meat, stew beef with ketchup on it. I love ketchup on my beef. Listen, I put ketchup on everything like that when I was a kid. I grew up eating ketchup. We love ketchup. Well, don't say we. David will every now and then put ketchup on French fries, but just very rare. I don't even know if he puts ketchup on his hamburgers, to tell you the truth, or his hot dogs. I don't even know if he does. But boy, when you see my grocery haul tomorrow, I told y'all it was not going to be a no spend. I'm still going to buy whatever I need to buy. Well, I bought a lot this week. A lot of convenience foods, because we rely on convenience foods. Not too busy. So I didn't hardly need but like 3 things for supper, and the rest was just filling in crap. Listen, I sent my uncle for Christmas, I sent him home with stuff I had canned, pickles and stuff, and my mama's pickles, that's his mama. My mama and her brother, that's her brother, that's their mama. And he messaged me yesterday. He said, sent me a picture of 3 jars already, just since Christmas. 3 empty jars. I couldn't tell what he ate. It looked like jelly, and one was pickles and something else. He said, another one bites the dust. Yum, yum. But he said, those pickles are good. He said, no, they were good. I ate them all. He said, I'm putting the juice in the refrigerator so I can go by and take a sip of it every now and then. I said, well, I got plenty more if you want them. So he was loving his Christmas present. Well, I'm here at the Goodwill. I hope they've got restocked. I really do. So if I get anything, I'll show you. Oh, I was about to pull off and I forgot to show you. I got one thing. Let me move my... Look, ain't she pretty? There was another one that was like had pink and red tulips and stuff, but this one was just more, I don't know. I like to replace coffee cups that I've had for years and years, you know. This one's made by Sunday Morning Ceramics. I don't know who that is. Not that I care, but it was 50 cents. So, because all their stuff like that is 50 cents. I thought it was $1, but she said 50 cents, so. But they are starting to get some stock back out. The shelves have more on it. They're not full, but they have more on it. And she was putting out a bin at that time too. Now, because I never get to go, because see, on Serious Citizen Day they open at 9 o'clock and C-Van opens at 10, but on every other regular day they open at 10, except for Sundays they open at 1. So today I couldn't be here till 10, so now I can just head down the street and go to C-Van. And yeah, I'll be there early, so it's gonna be crowded, because I told you about how them lines line up at C-Van. Oh, we're getting a little bit of raindrops. Alexa said it was supposed to, but it's supposed to be like, I don't know, 60s or 70 or something today. I don't even have a shirt on because it is not in the least bit cold out here. I don't know when they expect winter to be back. I haven't paid much attention. Still don't know if we'll get any snow this year. I mean, anything's possible, but it hasn't been the past few years. I've had some memories come on my Facebook when I check my memories, you know, of snows in the past that we've already had up until this point, you know, how many years back. The little, like, not really canvas, I guess canvas type cover thing we had on the back patio when we had the patio. That's where, when we were working on the house, and we rented an apartment, and then we got out of there and we rented a house, and then we're like, okay, we're spending too much money renting and putting into the house, so we got it enough to where we could live in the house. It was not done. Oh my God, oh my gosh, it was so not done. But what we were living in, we were at least saving rent. And when we first moved back, we lived in the big room, which if you're new here, the big room is the built-in carport, and we just always call it big room because it's the whole width of the house. So that's just what, even when Mama had it, because it was Mama's house that we got from her, it was just the big room. And it's not finished. We need to finish it, and then we'd have a lot more living space. But whatever. Right now, it's a good storage, and I like it. It'd be nice if it was a prettier storage, but it's functional. So the four of us, me and David and RJ and Holly, all lived in that big room. And I'm gonna tell you what, those were some of the best days of my life, because the four of us were in there. We were crammed together like sardines. We spent our time together. The kids played their video games, and I could sit there and listen to them and playing and talking and playing, I think, the rock band, all the things. It was just, I don't know, I liked it. And then when we moved up to the house, into the house, everybody got their own room. And then it changed, everything changed. But, where was I going with that? Where was I going with that? Do y'all remember? What made me start talking about the big room? And when we redid the house. Y'all, that was a minute ago. I done forgot. That's pathetic. So, I don't know what we were talking about. Forgive me. But I did get all my Christmas. I was just looking at these people's. That's the house with all the Christmas gnomes, blow up Christmas gnomes. All their blow up stuff's just laying on the ground. But I got all my Christmas stuff off the porch last weekend. Got back to normal. My neighbors just still got their lights up. I like looking at Christmas lights year round. I just think lights on the house are pretty, but mine are so bright. LED, bright, multicolored. They're not just like a glow of a rope light or something. They're in your face. The two big houses, they built 4 houses in front of us, right? When they took away my woods. Two of them were big houses. They have lights on theirs year round, like under their eaves and stuff. They're very, very pretty. The one house, they can even change theirs to red, white, and blue. I seen them do that one time before Christmas, red, white, and blue. So I don't know if there's other colors I can do it, but they're both very pretty. I never understood why they wanted to build those fancy houses in front of a 1970s, 60s, before we moved in 71 when the house was built. The other houses had already been there around the neighborhood in the 60s, if not the 50s. Why they would want to build that kind of fancy house in an older established neighborhood? I don't know. They don't fit. They don't match. They don't match the rest of us. They stick out like a sore thumb. The 4 in front of us and like the 5 down, they just stick out like a sore thumb. Because all the rest of us in that whole neighborhood are just houses, you know? But listen, ride around your town and see if they don't pop something up on every little piece of land they got, because they'll do it. There's one I told you they built beside the neighbor behind us, teeniest tiniest little house. Well, right down the street there's another little plot of land. They built something that I don't know if it's going to be a house. If it is, they're going to have to go up to even have enough room to have a bedroom. It is the teeny, it looks like a small shed or something would go on it, but it's going to be some kind of living facility. I don't know what, but whatever. I just don't know where people comes from, and I don't know who can afford it. This new stuff that they're building, I don't know where people are coming from and how they can afford the new builds. Rent? You should check the rent on some things. Oh my gosh, it's insane. So anyway, well, we're fixing to turn in, so I'll let you know if I get anything. Okay, so I did find one thing in there, the movie Stardust. If y'all have never seen this is such a good movie. My kids introduced it to me back in the day. It is a good movie, and when I saw it, I'm like, oh, I think I might need to see that again. So I got that. There's my ticket. I'm now on the hunt for another movie. You know, the two movies I'm looking for. Now I'm hunting Matilda for Jacob. I declare I think I seen it one day, but I didn't get it because I didn't think he'd want to watch it at my house. Well, he was there yesterday. He said he wanted to watch a movie. I said, what you want to watch? He said, Matilda. So I found it on Amazon Prime, but you had to rent it for $3.99. I told him, I said, honey, I'm not going to pay to rent it. Everything he wanted to see, you had to rent. You had to rent. So I'm going to look for Matilda. So since I'm down this way, I'm going to go to Wanda's. Haven't been to Wanda's in some time. She has lots of movies, and she says she gets in lots of DVD, VHS too. She says she sells a lot, but she gets in a lot. So I haven't been there in some time before Christmas. Oh, Popo's lit up at the post office. He got somebody blocked in. Oh, okay. Listen, when you're on these kind of roads, people walking across the street kind of scares you. Oh, he's out there picking up trash. They really didn't have much in C-Van that interested me at all. Some people had their buggies full of stuff, but today I didn't see much that grabbed my goat. So anyway, well, till I think of something else to say, I'll see ya. Well, I thought I was getting out of Wanda's with just this. Just more of these organizing containers. 50 cents a piece. And I was going to tell her I was ready. She was coming towards me. She says, come here, I got something I want to show you. She said, I thought about you when it came in. It was on the bottom behind some buggies where she had some other stuff, right? She said, picked it up. She said, look at this. Okay, so it's like mound up. Look at this. It is somebody's from their travels. They have, I mean, all something just fell out. Pictures, something else just fell out. Okay, it's that kind of stuff. I don't want to lose any more of it. Hold on. And it smells. Oh, it's that delicious musty smell of papers and books. There's a bag from Ruggles, souvenirs and gifts aboard the Queen Mary. Japanese Village, Buena Park. Oh, here's a receipt. 14 June 73. This, I want to play with it, but I don't want to take it apart. I am going to have a ball. They didn't get the finish, but look, they got You can't see. They got like a napkin. They've got, wherever they traveled, all the little papers and stuff they saved and put in that book. How much this got a? Yep, it's got their name in the front. Very first place they went was Nassau. February 4th, 71. That's when they started it. How cool is that? I give $10 for it. I told her, I said, I was looking through it and I said, how much? She said $10. I said, I'll take it. But she did. She said, when it come in, I thought of you. I told her I was on the lookout for one of those warming trays, and if she runs across one, save it for me. So, see, when they get to know you, then you got somebody looking out for you. She had to change registers today. She usually has, see, it's an old supermarket, old grocery store, a little small grocery store, and open back up in the open in the day, right? Well, there's still the original grocery shelves, the cash registers, everything. And she's usually up in the middle, and she said, well, I got to get you at the first one today. I said, oh, I ain't never been down there. She said they were working on the electricity out on the road somewhere. She said, and it flickered their power, and it blew up that registry she was on. She said, but I need to be down here in the front anyway, see what's going out of here. I said, do you get robbed a lot? She said, you'd be surprised. She said she just caught one, said she's probably in her 20s. Said she had a bag full of stuff, and said she caught her going out the door, wanted to know where she was going. I said, how do you do that? You ain't big as a minute. Lord, she ain't big as a minute. She ain't big as a minute. She said, that's all right. I pack a mean punch. You're not going to get over on Wanda. And she's got your number. So, it's a shame you can't have nothing. You know? And like she said she wasn't stealing food to feed children or nothing. That ain't what Wanda's has. Wanda's has whatnots. You know, you see the stuff I buy from Wanda's. So I thought I was getting out of there today with just some 50-cent containers, but when she showed me, oh, I could smell that smell all day. Y'all know the smell I'm talking about, that old musty book smell. Oh my gosh. This is going to be so much fun to look at. There's so many things in there that would be so fun to take out and journal with, but they've done such a beautiful job of doing it themselves before they even knew what a junk journal was. That is a junk journal. That is a scrapbook. That is a memory book. I can't believe somebody's family, unless they just didn't have family, would get rid of that. I just, you know, I told Holly, I said, now when I'm gone, I don't know what you're going to do with all this stuff in the building. She said, well, that is what she told me. She said, I'll just look at it and know that it meant something to you. Even if I don't know what it is, she said, it meant something to you. I said, oh, that's right. So, so she had a best friend in like middle school, I guess. Younger, maybe middle school, 6th grade, something like that. Well, she took a couple of her saving tubs home with her to go through for, you know, nostalgia's sake, memories and whatnot. And she showed me on her phone where she sent a picture. She found a little eraser, a little green eraser, little rectangle erasers, you know, and she wrote on it something, 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 and their initials, BFF forever, whatever it was, and put the date on it. And she sent it to her friend who was like a merchant marine. So she's like out on the water. So Holly says she didn't post it on Facebook because she didn't figure she would have like a lot of time to do stuff like that. So she just sent it directly to her. And she's like, oh my gosh. She said, I cannot believe you have that after all these years. It made her day. She said, you never know what little something is going to make somebody's day. She told, Brittany told her, she said, save that, and 50 years from now, I want you to send it to me again. And I'll say, oh wow, you saved that for another 50 years. But she had two friends named Brittany. There was a Brittany K and a Brittany B. It's a shame the Brittany B turned out to be a Brittany B. You know, ooh. excuse me. People walking on the side of the road scare me. Listen, I smell skunk. I told y'all before, skunk smells like roasting coffee to me. Me and Holly, when we would go down what used to be S&D Coffee, now it's like West Rock or something. They sold it. But S&D Coffee was the coffee around here. I mean, that everybody around, all the restaurants, everybody served S&D Coffee. It's good coffee. Well, when you go by and they're roasting, it smells like skunk. And when you smell skunk, we're like, well, that smells like roasted coffee. So that is how me and Holly learned to get over our gag reflex of skunk. I know it sounds terrible that you're drinking skunk water. You're not, but there's just something about that scent that smells the same to me and her. So, listen, I remember one day we weren't going to that place, but we were at that intersection, and RJ, he was Holly was in elementary school, and RJ was probably in middle school, if Holly was even in elementary school yet. I don't know. Well, we had to take, I think, his computer to Charlotte. I think that was what that trip was for. We had to take his computer to Charlotte to have something worked on. Well, the car I had at that time was my mama's. I had got it after she died. The passenger side window wouldn't go up, and we hadn't fixed it. So we were coming down the road. It came a monsoon. When I tell you monsoon, please think that I do not exaggerate. That I exaggerate, because I do not exaggerate. RJ was in the back, Holly was in the front. We had a plastic in here. She was trying to hold that plastic up to keep that rain out that window. You know, I can laugh at it now. It was kind of horrible at the time, but I think we still laughed about it. Listen, that car ended up, you know, like this right here. The headlight. Oh golly, look at them saggy arms. Y'all didn't see that. The head. Who was blowing? Ain't nobody hardly had time to go. And typically I don't buy mine's somebody blowing the horn, because I'll blow mine in a minute. The headliner, this is a little bit tighter. It used to be that more fabricy headliner, and under it was that real, if it was old and dry rotted, it just crumbled. Well, that car, the headliner started hanging, and if you pulled it off, you always had crumbles on you, because the cushioning in it was just crumbly. It was a mess. So I had like 500 straight pins pinning it pinning it up. Listen, I got the goodie out of that car. I'm here to tell you, I got my other mama's when she passed. I got the goodie out of it, and then when the other mama passed, I got her car. I got the goodie out of it. So I tell you, well, that one I got first, and then the second one I got, the smaller one. But I was fortunate to be able to get those from both my mamas, because I didn't have a vehicle. So I was very fortunate. And then we got this one. So I had the little Escort until, how long have I had this? It's a 2013. No, it's a 2011. No? Oh, I can't remember. I think it's a 2011. But we sure did not get in 2011. It was used good by then. By the time we got, I don't know how many years we've had this thing, but that's when I got through with the Escort, and we had to get another one. It was still running, but with my knees back then and my weight, you know, Escorts are small. I could hardly get out of that car. Once I got in it, it was set so low to the ground, I could hardly bend my knees enough to get out and to pull my weight up. So that's when we ended up getting this one. And when I saw it online, and we went to go see it, and when I sat in it, I could get in even, sit my butt in it even, and slide my legs around. I told David, I said, this is it. I fell in love with this car. There's nothing special about it. It's a Kia Sorento. I think it's a 2011. I think it is. It's got 167,000 miles on it. Knock on wood. She's a good one. I like her. She's dirty. I think whoever had this smoked, because every time you drip anything on the seats, brown rises up. A brown stain rises up. So I think it's, and we say every year we're going to get it cleaned. We never do. It's never vacuumed. I don't never vacuum it. It's, you'd be embarrassed to ride in it probably, but it's my car and I love it. I just don't, never have kept a nice, neat showroom car. And David, he's driving his mama's old Honda she gave him before she died. It's like a 2007 Honda something, some little small Honda, but it gets excellent gas mileage just to drive back and forth to work, because he was driving his pickup and that thing guzzles gas. And so he started driving this little thing. It ain't nothing to look at, but it saves him a ton of gas money. He don't care. Me and him's the same. As long as we get from point A to point B safely and whatnot, we're fine with it, you know? So, would I like to have a nice, pretty car? Yeah. I'd like to have Holly's car. She's got a nice car. I think it's a Highlander? Toyota Highlander? It's a bigger SUV. And it's got that camera right here where you can see when you're backing up. And it's got a lot of space in it. And oh, it's a nice car. I'd like to have one of those. Got me a Freightliner behind me. Listen, when David had trucks, you go down the road and say, what kind of truck is that? He'll tell you. Listen, y'all, I'm so glad y'all enjoyed having him with me this past weekend. He had a good time, he did. But when he starts talking about cars, he'll talk till your ears fall off. Lord, he ordered him a part that come yesterday. He was telling me this morning, he said, I'm sending that piece of junk back. I said, what? He goes, it's supposed to be NOS, I think. He told y'all, new old stock. That means it's old, but it's new. It's been sitting on somebody's shelf somewhere. Never been used, never been on a car. He said, this was pulled off of some clunker somewhere. He said, and they told me the date. He said, you can't even read the date. He said, I don't know if it's a 68, if it's 69, you can't read none of the date. It's wore off. He said, and part of the finishes wore off. He said, this come out of some vehicle. This is not a new old stock. He said, as much as I paid for that, which I don't know how much it was, he said, it's going back. He was not happy about that. But he won't keep it. Buddy. Don't think he's going to keep something he spent his money on. If it ain't right, he'll send it back in a heartbeat. So, but yeah, I know y'all didn't know half what he was talking about, because I never know half what he's talking about. He'll talk about it. Let's see. I think I will go. What time is it? Oh, I still got plenty of time. I think I'll go to the other Goodwill first. I ain't gonna be out long enough to just go straight to the doctor. I'll have to go home first. This be good. Give me time to eat some lunch before I go. You know what I had for breakfast this morning? Cheese toast. I was hungry. Didn't nothing sound good except for some cheese toast. So I had 2 pieces. And it hit good. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So, well, I can't think of nothing else to say right now, so I'll be back if I get anything or whatever. Okie dokie, I went to the other Goodwill and back to this Goodwill. And I thought I'd just show you both things here. So at the other Goodwill, I found this for me and Jacob to watch. I can't find Matilda, but I did find Finding Nemo. That's a good movie. And then I found this. There was a woman had a bucket full of stuff, and she had some of these. I'm like, dang it. This one was on top. She must have missed it. But I like these for chips. I have a bigger one that we keep our tortilla chips in. I thought this would be good for tater chips. Just much handier. They stay fresh longer than in the bag clipped up. And then in this Goodwill, I found this. It's got 3 discs in it. The Smurfs. He won't want to watch the Christmas one, I know, but he might want to watch just the regular Smurfs. So I got that. And then I didn't pack with myself today, so I did look at the t-shirts. I got like 3 band shirts to sell. I'll just oh, I forgot I got that. And then I got this one for Holly. I could sell it because Hello Kitty goes. People love Hello Kitty, but she does too. So I got that for her. And then I got me some shorts. Oh gosh, these were brand new. Look at there. I didn't know they had a tag on them. Wow. Just cashmere or something just to wear around the house since I lost my other black shorts. That, oh my gosh. That man is carrying out a giant box of, it says polyfill on the side, and I think that's what it is. She just, when I was in there, just put it on the shelf. So his wife must quilt or make pillows or something. I don't know how much she marked it for, but he got him a good deal, I bet. There was a woman in there. Now, I complained about, let me turn some air on, it's kind of hot. The Goodwill prices, because they have gone up. They've gone ridiculously up. But the woman was in there, I guess she had been talking to that other customer woman previously before she started talking to her again. And, oh, both y'all turn, I can go. And the woman started complaining, well, the thing that bothers me about Goodwill is the prices are just, everything's just too high. Up in Pennsylvania, we have colored days that are on sale. This night, she goes, yeah, she goes, well, we don't do that. Down here, she said, we have one over, the one I go to, she said, on Tuesdays, 25%, you know, senior day. She said, but in our district, we don't do any sales like that. I thought, well, don't be fussing at that little woman. She just works there. She can't control what they do, you know? I wish we did have yard sales, Goodwills like I see on things. Listen, so in Gastonia there's that mystery box warehouse. They've got one at Salisbury now. They've been closed up since before Christmas because I think the man that owns it with his wife, I think he's been sick. So they're supposed to open it up Saturday. I'm gonna see. I don't know if David's got anything. Oh, that's tomorrow. I don't know if David's got anything to do, but I'm gonna find out. And if he don't, I might see if he wants to go up there. What you do is you pay $20 to get in, and anything you can carry out, not drag out, carry out, is yours. You look at some of them videos, like 2 people will go in, it's $20 a person, and they'll like have a couch. The couch will be piled up. They'll have bags all over their shoulders, hobbling it, just dragging their feet, trying to get out. And if you cross over the line, once you get out the door, it's yours, and you can take your time to pack it or whatever. Now, I don't need no furniture or nothing like that, but I just thought it'd be fun to go see what, because they got little stuff, because people goes out with bags full of stuff. I thought it'd be fun. So, and I couldn't film because we would be going out and wouldn't be able to film because we got to carry things out, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't be able to film our escapades. But you can definitely look up Mystery Box Warehouse reels or shorts and see. Listen, people have too much fun with that stuff. They do. So we might do that. Let's see, what time is it? I got time enough to go home, carry my stuff in, grab me a bite to eat. Oh, I need gas again, and head down yonder. I will come back on instead of closing it out right now. I'll come back on and wind. I'll tell you how the shots went. How about that? It might be good, it might not be, but I'll come back and tell you. Okie dokie. I was a big girl. I tell you, I was nervous. Y'all know I was nervous because everything they do on my lower back hurts, practically, pretty much. And I'll tell you, the worst part about it was when he put the medicine in. He told me, he said, you'll feel some burning or whatever going down one or both legs. It felt like my left leg was having a real bad Charlie horse. I didn't feel nothing on the right side, but he said he only did one shot instead of on both sides. He did what he told me he was going to do at my appointment. He said, I'm going to put it in the middle and flood both sides. So apparently he did, but I didn't feel anything on the right side, so I don't know. But he said give it a few days to tell if it's going to work or not. Listen, I wish I could have done my middle back today too. I'd have done both of them because my middle back is terrible. But so yeah, I got that done. I'm quite proud of myself. I told him, I said, I'm regulating my breathing I said, because I'm nervous. He said, I'm not. I reckon he is. He does it all the time. So anyway, oh, I see Daddy work truck. I see more David work trucks up here than you would think that I would. Excuse me. So I don't think there was anything else I was going to tell you. I just wanted to let you know how that went. It went really well. So I guess that's all. Oh, I gotta go home and edit this thing, don't I? I wasn't thinking about that. Well, I don't guess I'll be going nowhere else. I do gotta get some gas. My light come on. All right, well, that's all I know. I lost 1.6 pounds, still for a total of 180.1. So I'm glad I'm on the 180. And what did I say? 197 even. They give you a little mini drink or a water. You can get a snack. I didn't feel like a snack. I'm hoping next week that I'll be back to where I was at my lowest, 196 something. So I'm hoping I could, excuse me, get back down pre-Christmas. So that's all I got for you today. Come back tomorrow for a menu plan grocery haul, and I'll show you. No, that was last week. I'm gonna show you what we're having this week out of the freezer in the pantry, and how little I had to buy for that, although I bought a lot of other stuff. So anyway, I'll see you then.